Hey everyone, I'm Corin, your local Dallas realtor, here today to give you the top 10 small Texas towns and cities that you must visit in 2024. Whether you're thinking of moving to a small town here in Texas, or you just want to check these places out during your next trip, these are all great spots with unique offerings that make them at least worth a visit. Make sure to stay until the end because these towns are ranked, so I'm saving the best for last. And if you think I missed a must-see Texas town, or you disagree with how I rank these towns, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear of more beautiful places to visit in the great state of Texas. Okay, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10 is Jefferson, Texas. With a population just under 1,900 and a median priced home of just $300,000, this town won't break the bank to call it home. Jefferson is located in East Texas between Lake of the Pines and Caddo State Park. Both are within only 20 minutes of town. Jefferson is a 2.5-hour drive from Dallas, and the nearest big city is Shreveport in Louisiana, about an hour's drive to the east. What makes Jefferson special is that it predates the Civil War, and it's the 5th oldest town in Texas. So Jefferson has scenic historic streets, quaint bed and breakfasts, historic hotels, and more than a few charming restaurants. There are also various family-friendly activities to enjoy during your time in Jefferson. Now, Big Cypress Bayou goes through the town, and there are a few special homes that you can purchase on the bayou, which would make for an excellent place to retire to, or as a vacation home. Jefferson has an excellent website that has a complete list of all the activities that you can enjoy during your visit, so make sure you check that out. Next up on our list at number 9 is Amarillo, Texas. If you're feeling the classic West Texas vibe that you've seen in the movies, then Amarillo is the town for you. All the way up in Northwest Texas, Amarillo is located on what used to be Route 66. Amarillo has a sizable population of 202,000 people, and it's known as being a family-friendly place to settle down. This city is also home to the most famous steakhouse in Texas, the Big Texan, where you can enjoy some of the best steaks in the South, and if you're up for it, compete in the 72-ounce steak challenge, where you'll have to eat a full 72-ounce steak with 2 sides in under an hour. If you succeed though, the meal's free. Amarillo is also home to Palo Duro Canyon State Park, which has some of those beautiful hikes, horseback riding, and biking trails in Texas. You can also visit the Cadillac Ranch, various museums, a botanical garden, and Amarillo's very own zoo. For a complete list of things to do in Amarillo, don't forget to check the video description for a link. If you're wanting to settle down in Amarillo, the median home is only going to cost you $233,000, which makes this a very affordable place to live for those of you with a budget in mind. You'll also have access to all the meat you can eat because Amarillo is known for its beef industry. At number 8, we've got the town of Sulphur Springs, Texas, also known as the Celebration City. This town has a population of just 16,000 residents and is located to the northeast of Dallas. In Sulphur Springs, you're close enough to Dallas to enjoy the big city life on occasion, but far enough away to have that small town feel. Sulphur Springs' hallmark location is a Celebration Plaza in the heart of downtown, which hosts over 300 events and public activities each and every year. Make sure to walk the streets around Celebration Plaza and enjoy a meal at one of the many great restaurants in the area. Just north of town is Lake Sulphur Springs and Jim Chapman Lake, and to the south is Lake Fork. There are many state parks in the area if you enjoy hiking, and if you want to get out of town and go to the casino, the Choctaw Casino and Resort in Grant, Oklahoma is only an hour drive north of the city. So the first beach town on our list, coming in at number 7, is Corpus Christi. And if you haven't thought about it much, Texas is actually home to a ton of beautiful beaches and therefore some great beach towns too. So if you're moving from the west or east coast and you don't want to miss the beach, then make sure you stay until the end to see what else we've got in store for you when it comes to beach towns. Corpus Christi has a lot to offer, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the USS Lexington, which is a World War II era aircraft carrier that has been converted into a museum on the water. This is a must visit if you make a trip to Corpus Christi. And Corpus Christi is also home to the world famous Selena, who lived in the Molina neighborhood on the city's west side. You can still find evidence of her life throughout Corpus Christi, and there is a small museum dedicated to Selena in town that you should definitely check out if you're a fan of her music. In addition to this, there's the gorgeous Texas State Aquarium right on the waterfront, and you'll have to take the time to walk the beaches at Padre Island and Port Aransas before grabbing a bite to eat near the beach. Now, if you're looking to settle down in Corpus Christi, it's not all that expensive, with your median home coming in at just $219,000. There's also a lot of great condos and co-op properties available in Corpus Christi if you're looking for an easy to manage weekend getaway property. At number 6, we've got the absolutely gorgeous town of Granbury, Texas, which is a vibrant historic town with a population of just 11,400 people. Granbury is situated just an hour outside of Dallas-Fort Worth, and that makes this a perfect location for a weekend getaway as well as an excellent place to call home. Granbury has its own lake with sandy beaches that are great for swimming. In addition to the normal boating, you can also fish on Lake Granbury. Now, Granbury's fame, however, comes from its wonderfully manicured historic downtown, which is a must visit, especially around the holidays. Granbury even has a historic opera house, which is still in use today, playing musicals. The average home price in Granbury is currently sitting at $373,000, which makes this a relatively affordable place to call home. You can also find plenty of reasonably priced lots to purchase around town and near the Brazos River, if you want to get a hold of some land to build on for those retirement years. Coming in at number 5, in the home of Texas A&M University, is College Station, Bryan. This once quiet college town has been booming in recent years and has become a full-fledged city well situated in a beautiful wooded paradise between Houston, Austin, and Dallas. College Station is under a 2-hour drive from both Austin and Houston and just under a 3-hour drive from Dallas. But you won't have to leave town to enjoy the many modern amenities of life. College Station being a college town, you can expect a great nightlife with plenty of bars and nightclubs around town. You can also enjoy many of the great museums in College Station, including the George Bush Library and Museum and the Brazos Valley Museum of Natural History. For you wine lovers, make sure to check out the Messina Hoff Estate Winery for a romantic getaway, and you can also stay at their own Villa Bed and Breakfast. Now, speaking of wineries, if you're a fan of them, then you'd better stick around until the end because our last city was made just for you. At number 4, we've got Galveston, which is our second beach town on this list and is known as a resort city located on the island to the south of Houston, with a population just shy of 54,000. Galveston has a long history in Texas. It was named after the Count of Galvez, a Spanish military leader, and was first settled by the French pirate Louis Michel Aury, who was known for helping the Empire of Mexico fight for its independence from Spain in 1816. By 1885, it was the largest and richest city in the state, owing to the fact that it served as the main port for the Texas Navy during the Texas Revolution. Today, there's plenty to enjoy in Galveston, including the historic Pleasure Pier, which is Texas's version of Coney Island. You can also visit one of the oldest standing ships, the tall ship Elisa, which began her career as a British merchantman all the way back in 1877. And don't forget to check out Moody Gardens, which is a great place to stay while you visit the city. Here, you can keep the whole family entertained for days between excursions around town to experience all that Galveston has to offer. Last up, I've got to mention it for those history and military buffs. If you still haven't had your fill of military ships, you'll have to check out the Galveston Naval Museum, where you can walk the destroyer USS Stewart and the submarine USS Kavala, which is famously known for sinking the Japanese aircraft carrier Shokaku. For links to more cool things to do and see in Galveston, as well as the rest of these cities, don't forget to check out the description of the video. And if you're enjoying the video so far, please hit that like button below and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. I'm releasing new content every single week. Before we get on to our final 4, if you're wanting to call Galveston home and tell everyone you live on a pirate island, well, you're in luck because the average home in Galveston sits at an affordable $354,000. Coming in at number 3, we've got Dripping Springs, Texas. This town is just 30 minutes west of Austin, Texas, with a population of only 5,800, and it's home to the world-famous Hamilton Pool Reserve. If you're planning a trip here, keep in mind that you'll have to make reservations well in advance in order to visit the pool, and unfortunately, they don't allow any pets. Now, Dripping Springs is also a great place to go if you enjoy microbreweries. It's home to several of them, so you can check them all out, and if you like vodka, you'll have to check out the Deep Eddy Vodka tasting room there as well. Deep Eddy Vodka was started in Austin, Texas in 2010, and it's already well known as Texas's vodka. Just north of town is Milton Reimer's Ranch Park, which is a great place to visit for a stroll along the river. You can try your hand at rock climbing while you're there or go mountain biking as well. Now, if you're looking to live in Dripping Springs, then you'll be set back about $550,000 for the median home in this community. But I did find some nice places in the mid 400s on the market. Now, this is a great place to live with it being so close to Austin, but it's also less than an hour-and-a-half drive to San Antonio. For those who don't know, San Antonio and Austin are growing together along the I-35 corridor, and it's anticipated by 2050 that these two cities will be merged into each other, making one giant metroplex. Okay, so we're on our final 2, and at this point, it really comes down to your preference. Are you a mountain vacationer or are you a beach vacationer? Well, coming in at number 2 is our last beach town on this list, South Padre Island, which has too many gorgeous beaches to name. It also happens to be the longest barrier island in the world. South Padre Island is home to just over 2,000 residents, and the median home is $497,000, which is pretty steep for what you're gonna get for that money. Keep in mind, this is to live on the island itself. You can get some houses across the bridge in Port Isabel for quite a bit less, but this is a true beach town where most homes are going to be on the smaller side, or you'll be paying a premium if you want to live in luxury. So for things to do in South Padre Island, you can go dolphin watching, enjoy the small amusement park on the island, and get a good bite to eat. But the real draw of this town is lounging on the beach and catching the best waves that Texas has to offer. If you're looking to be thoroughly entertained off the beach, I recommend taking a look back at Galveston. If you want the best beaches in Texas, then South Padre Island is the place to be. Now, as promised, I've saved the best for last, especially for you wine lovers. Fredericksburg is Central Texas's crowning jewel when it comes to wine. Situated deep in hill country, an hour and a half west of Austin, Fredericksburg has a population of just 28,000 people. For those who want to live in hill country, it'll cost you $550,000 for the median home here, and a whole lot more if you want to own some real land here. The craziest thing about Fredericksburg is that there was no vineyards here until 1976, and it was only in the last few decades that word got out that this was a great place for making wine. Today, this old German town is home to over 60 wineries, vineyards, and wine tasting rooms, and it continues to boom. So you can expect there to be further development of Fredericksburg as a vacation spot for wealthy Austin residents. Now, for those of us who don't like to get day drunk on wine, you can check out the Old Tunnel State Park Bat Cave to the south. And don't forget to take a stroll around downtown to check out some of the beautiful German architecture that Fredericksburg has to offer. There are plenty of entertainment options you can find on the town's website to keep the whole family entertained as well. Now, I really hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list, and if you think I missed any small cities or towns in Texas that are a must-see, please leave a comment below about the town and what there is to do there. Texas is a truly massive state, and just as diverse as it is large, which makes it an excellent place to call home. So whether you're thinking of moving to Texas or you already live here, before you think there isn't anything fun to do in Texas, take a road trip and you'll find yourself thoroughly entertained. Now, if you're looking to move to any of these towns, elsewhere in Texas, or to my hometown of Dallas, please reach out to me day or night. I'd love to help you make your next move a success. I know great agents all over the country, and I'd be happy to introduce you to someone who can help make your next move a smooth one. Before you go, hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe to the channel to see more content just like this. And if you got some time on your hands, please check out my latest video above.